Greetings, gentle viewers. Welcome back to the trial. We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm the Opinionator.
And I'm Wee Squid, and let's continue on.
We're about to finish up the Toko is actually here and whopped Sakura apart.
Yes.
Shouldn't be that long before we have taken care of the superficial things.
Yes, and getting to the meat.
Although thinking about it...
Protein, okay.
There's actually a lot... Yeah, it is protein, huh? There, in more ways than one, there's protein. There's actually a lot more to the Toko stuff than I just made it sound like, though, isn't there? Because we got to figure out the timing.
Uh-huh. Great!
Oh, no! Yeah, I have. Okay, it's just Final Strike. Good.
Where we have to choose the right one. Because
adding the reloads is really pretty awful. Okay. Now we have to pay extra attention to the finishing blow. I'm just more concerned about having to do another bullet time battle in the first place. It's kind of miraculous how what a weird coincidence. We started the last trial with one.
Uh-huh.
Or started the last episode with one. Now we're starting this one.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, now we have to choose the proper bullet during a bullet time battle.
Just during the final one.
Okay. Halfway through the game. Go us!
Oh my god!
That's about what I was expecting, yeah. No, visual novels are long, man.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! No! I admit nothing. I curse you.
I curse you.
I curse you. It's a lie!
Dang it!
That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you.
Ah!
I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing.
Oh, that worked out, but that's because we're in a tutorial.
Lock her handprint.
This should prove it.
There we go. Okay, so that's how it works. Man, that's gonna make these rough.
I know!
Because if we can't figure out the thing to use at the end,
right?
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the wall?
then that means we have to actually fight them a bit because they recover some more.
You're right.
Gosh, we're gonna have... And there's no way you can save any focus during a bullet time battle to, like, take a look at all the statements that are coming up.
Right.
Woo! Anyway.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Right.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Our secret passage.
I know, I'm so sad.
Why couldn't anybody address that Asahina was stuck in a locker?
Let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up. Right?
I mean, it should be pretty easy to...
Yeah.
Easy to test.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Master isn't going to save you. And besides, I suppose if Master was going to save you, he might not be her master in the first place.
Okay, it's my handprint.
She just straight up admitted it.
Which also means it can't be her.
Yeah, Master said so.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, she just clonked her over the head the second time. But...
Must have been the poison that killed her then.
My god, really?
Like she survived the first clonk, but was still weak from the poison, and then the poison finished her off.
Dude, it is amazing that you keep forgetting this fact. How many times must this fact in the Monokuma file be pointed out to you that she has not been killed from a blow to the head?
Yeah, no, I said she received the first clonk and died from the poison afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I said. You can doubt me all you want, Detective Phelps. That was the L.A. Noir reference.
Huh.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did.
Straight up again.
You people are... It's because... Well, as long as Byakuya is alive, Toko can't kill anybody.
I suppose you're correct.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
She hid in the closet. I mean,
The real detail that we need to know is when it happened. Was it after Sakura died? Was it before Sakura died? I mean, we're maintaining that it was after.
it has to be based on the evidence we have.
Assuming we're interpreting the evidence correctly.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
Especially after what Genocide Jill did to Asahina.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Just proving what Yasuhiro was saying.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Dude, if you knew she was there, why did you do it?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
In more ways than one.
Oh, Yasuhiro.
And do you guys even know how awkward it's going to be after this stupid trial?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that Toko was willing to try and kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking that from the, let's see, beginning of the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Upon first meeting her.
But yeah, try and be buddy-buddy with us after this, buddy. Buddy.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside
She was in a
down.
hurry.
Right.
Or panicking or whatever.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
None of you know how to do a correct murder.
Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Okay. So, what this says to me is that we can't trust the Monokuma file too completely.
Yeah.
Because this says there is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. Meaning only one of these was a strong blow?
Possibly. Or maybe what she heard wasn't Sakura growling.
I mean, for that matter, we're going to find that out in just a moment. Oops. For that matter, though, I guess this doesn't even actually say what the cause of death is.
Correct.
So,
It was vague on purpose from the beginning.
And when I turned around,
So she hadn't actually hit her with the bottle yet.
That's interesting.
So this is when Sakura is trying to resist and is like, bag, and then she hits her with the bottle and leaves.
I guess so, yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
And she's not the person... like, Toko isn't the person that Sakura would really like to see in this situation.
No.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Oh my god!
So it wasn't actually Toko.
It was Genocide Jill!
Her? Oh my god, that's really weird! Okay, so what are we up to? 5 people that are going to be involved in this?
Yep.
Guess who's back?
You can go away now. After your testimony.
So I guess when Yasuhiro clonked her, it really did knock her out.
Yeah.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Truer words have never been spoken!
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
No, she has no interest in that. I'm sorry. Not only does she have no interest in that, she has no capability of that.
Right.
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Miss Morose.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me away.
And if she wakes up and sees that, she's probably going to be in attack mode, or at least defense mode.
Yeah, like, ah! I have no problem thinking that she'd be like the second scariest person around, but...
Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see...
To see death! Ah!
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And
Well, I guess it took me by surprise.
Uh-huh.
I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
Yeah, she is.
That's exactly the case, yes.
She's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
Don't worry,
Your
Jill.
secret's safe with us?
Your aesthetic hasn't been spoiled. You can't kill her by beating her over the head with a bottle.
Right.
Maybe a fourth or a fifth one, but...
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
So okay, so the second bottle, she was like, BLOG thud, and she was out.
I guess so. So maybe she didn't throw up the blood in front of there, but that was from the second bottle, and then Genocide Jill picked her up and put her on the sofa?
No, Sakura wasn't dead. We still haven't accounted for the vomited blood.
Right.
So she got up, puked later on, she got up, puked the blood, knew what was going on, more or less, at least knew she was about to die, and walked over to the chair, sat down, and
because
died.
Toko didn't faint until she saw the blood in front of the magazine stand. Yes, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, saw the blood in front of her face. Like on Sakura.
But if Sakura was sitting on the chair and got wanged over the head, like she was bleeding from the front.
Well, I mean, a great way for me to demonstrate this to you, I know what you're talking about, but a great way for me to demonstrate this to you would be to whang you over the head with a bottle.
Let's just continue from where we are right now.
Okay, if you suffer a head injury, like the blood, from moving your head and everything, it'll go all around.
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Do it! I support you! Both parts. The going down, too.
Yeah.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Jesus.
But I just can't catch a break, Fate's got it out for me.
So sympathetic. Oh, we have so much sympathy for you.
I mean, you're highly amusing, but... let's be serious. You're an extremely prolific serial killer. If the rumors are true, possibly the most prolific serial killer ever. How much? Highly amusing. But how much sympathy can there really be?
None.
No, in any case, Fate may have it out for her, but that's because she has it out for Fate.
I guess so, yeah.
Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack,
Yeah.
no problem.
She doesn't have a nickname for Sakura.
Because she is terrified of her, completely respects her. I'm glad that this came up. It's because she was poisoned that she was able to actually be brought down in both cases, because otherwise...
Yeah, right? Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, Monokuma couldn't punish her.
Exactly.
She got out of... She faced the punishment, dodged the punishment, and then fought with Monokuma for a while without getting hurt.
Yeah.
She didn't even get hurt.
She was just a little tired.
So...
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
And the poison, too,
the
I'm pretty
poison,
sure.
We're
but
getting
yes.
to it. We're getting to it.
Yes, this is still regardless.
Hey,
yes,
come
that.
on. That's, But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
It is, kind of.
Yeah, so the next time you show up in the dining hall and you're like, hey, guys, and nobody wants to sit with you, then you can think about this.
Yeah.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Asahina is going to kill you dead. Oh, I shouldn't use analogies like that.
You're right.
That's that. Let's start the vote.
No! My God! Why do you keep wanting us all to die? Every single trial, she's just like, let's vote, all of us die, yay!
Huh. You know what would be kind of interesting? If Genocide Jill did kill someone, but the execution was some sort of like electrotherapy that just removed her from Toko's brain. Like fixed Toko, but killed Genocide Jill?
Oh!
Wouldn't that be interesting?
How about the other way around? Toko kills someone, and the electroshock therapy removes Toko from Genocide Jill's mind, and it fixes Genocide Jill.
Why would you rather have Genocide Jill?
Because I'm telling you, it's more likely that Toko is going to kill somebody than Jill.
I suppose you are correct. That's kind of effed up.
I I really thought for sure you'd have some words for Yasuhiro on that one.
She's caught up in the moment.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right?
Whoa.
Let's do this.
This is suspicious.
Oh.
I will start thinking about that if it actually comes up. I refuse to entertain it for now.
I think I might cry.
Might?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Who said Toko killed her?
Right.
We haven't established
Don't
everything.
you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Okay, for Byakuya to say this, then it really isn't him.
Yeah.
Because if it was...
He wouldn't be pushing to find the truth if he's the one who did it.
If it was Toko, at least not at this point.
Yeah.
If it was Toko, then...
He's the first person who would be jumping on board for that.
If it was him, in this situation, he would be like, we have all the evidence we need.
Yeah. It would have been Kyoko stepping up instead of him.
Or he's trying to, or if it is him, then he's trying to make himself be less, like, completely be unsuspicious by challenging every point. But the thing is, if it isn't Byakuya, then it must be an accident from... But not even Yasuhiro would be so dumb as to be like, herp derp, put powder in, this thing am poison, herp derp, all death.
Yeah.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Right. It wasn't!
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted.
Because that's the only testimony she could give.
Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
You're a gaggle.
Darling.
It's not over yet.
Oh, Makoto, buddy! We haven't even gotten to the chem room!
The one who killed Sakura is... Wait, you mean all that other evidence I was collecting means something? And we shouldn't jump to a conclusion?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yellow powder doesn't matter.
Because that's not the yellow
It hasn't
powder
even
on
come
the...
up.
I was just sleeping.
Okay, hold on now, hold on. Yellow powder is from the chem lab, not the one on her foot.
Nope,
no,
the one
yellow
on her
powder
foot.
is the one on the foot.
But it hasn't showed up in any testimony yet.
Well, this might be relevant now.
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Right.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up!
But she was found...
There in front of the shelf!
She was found on the sofa.
Yeah. Okay, so if the second attack from Toko really was the killing blow...
Then Sakura would have been found in front of the magazine.
Yeah.
Sakura was right.
Make sure.
Oh, no, I am. The reason I was so quiet through all that
Dead in
was...
the chair, yep.
Yeah, is because I was running around trying to... That's exactly what it is I was trying to keep stock of everything that was around. I hadn't even looked at the statements yet. Okay.
Right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
She's surprisingly
Her
delicate.
head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
Okay, here we go.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, you didn't kill her, but that's not quite what the contradiction is
Found
here.
Sakura sitting upright in
That
a
would mean
chair.
that neither blow killed her, like you said.
Yeah.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
I mean, that was the first thing that we noticed. Because, I mean, again, literally everybody who plays this game is going to be like, it's going to be poison.
Yeah.
Or if it's not poison, then they're going to make it look like it's poison.
Right.
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
This is the part of your attitude you have to drop.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
I think it would be pretty easy to notice.
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the
I guess the bloodstain,
magazine shelf. Yeah.
we thought it was her puking up blood, but if she was clonged over the head...
So where did she puke up the blood? Okay, hold on.
Well, it may not have been enough to make a mess.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Man, she really did take a lot of damage from this stuff then.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Oh, BS!
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like
If
No, I
you
mean, that's-
impale someone to a wall with your scissors, I call shenanigans.
Yeah, no, she's strong enough to do anything that she needs to do, if not stronger than that. But, I mean, I can buy that she can't move Sakura.
Yeah.
Because
She only
Sakura...
goes after petite boys.
Then what's the deal?
That's convenient for her methods.
Yeah.
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Sakura got up and went over to the chair.
The biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be
Man,
explained.
if there's not a secret passage in the locker, then I don't know how the locked room was done.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy.
Yeah, what?
After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Except the locker was open when we came in.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
It's totally believable if it weren't for what Billy just said.
While
And-
she was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker.
Like she would have had to sneak past Makoto and Kyoko, who were staring at the body and the locker by, like, correlation.
Yeah, there's no way somebody would be getting out of that locker right in front of everybody staring at the body right in front of the locker.
Right.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because...
I saw it for myself.
got
I was in the locker.
That's
Are
an
you-
awkward way to put it, but I mean...
To the rec room. Hina and I both gotta look inside.
Like, Makoto and Kyoko did point out specifically that the locker was open,
Yeah.
so...
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then. Where was she?
Nowhere!
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
Just don't worry about it, okay?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
This is so ridiculous!
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
That's correct.
There's never been any reason to think that she did, but I mean, again, we've lost a lot of faith in the darn autopsies, or Monokuma files, which is why I guess they're not called autopsies.
Yeah.
Since the other ones actually did say what the cause of death was.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
I mean, he will omit information if there's a reason for it.
Yeah, if he feels like it.
It's also possible he might not be sure.
No way!
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? All together now, Billy. Yes! If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... yellow powder!
It's going to be the yellow powder one of these times, and we're not going to believe it.
What was it that killed Ogre?
No, it has to be the yellow
It
powder.
wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack. Then what was it?
Right?
There's no
I don't have any time!
cause. What
Oh,
killed
God.
Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her
Pooh!
head.
No, okay. Nah,
We should have just let it go through one time.
I got afraid!
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Okay, let's take a look at everything.
What was it?
Okay, so it's just Genocide Jill's attack and shot to the head, right?
Yeah.
Anything other
So we need to mention something about the vomiting blood, maybe.
Yeah, okay,
Because
so
that,
the
presents
Monokuma file.
Yeah, the Monokuma file. Because that presents the possibility of something else.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything other than...
Yes!
No, that's
I
wrong.
wasn't 100% sure myself.
No, that had to have been it.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Oh my god, guys, please.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her
This
mouth.
is really making her look super suspicious.
It is.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
Yes!
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside
Ah,
her
there we
mouth.
go. Because, I mean, that was plausible, but...
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
A kindred spirit?
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Especially when our life is on the line.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, what... It's not like I want to run around groping a cadaver, rolling one about, lolling about in their mouth, and, like, sticking my hand in their crotch. But, like, if you're gonna die, unless you do it, then just do it!
Yeah.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely,
Poison!
Sakura was poisoned.
Thank you.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Oh, shut up! I mean, he's right, but...
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
So if he's pushing this, it does make it extremely unlikely that it's him.
Yeah,
But
especially with Makoto on the hunt.
However, it's also could be that if he pushes this and tries to pin it on Asahina, which, I mean, because remember how I'd said the last time, like when it was like maybe there's 4 people involved,
yeah.
because that Asahina was doing something in the third with the protein Zyme X.
Right.
Like, or as the third person doing something as the third person in the chem lab. If whoever that person is, who it's presumably Asahina, then if he tries to pin it on them,
Yeah.
like that would be plausible, even though he would be the one who actually did it.
Yeah.
He's been the person saying, "Wait, it's not over."
Uh-huh.
What about poison? He was the person who basically went straight to the chem lab and worked everything out in there.
But if he was the killer, then and everyone had already like gotten on board with Genocide Jill, then he doesn't. It's
But then
risky for him
Kyoko would have jumped in if he didn't.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I see where you're coming from.
If he acts more, if he tries to like rush it along, then it becomes extremely suspicious.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Because if he's the killer, by acting in the way he normally does, it deflects suspicion.
Yeah.
Like, how could anybody accuse him of poisoning her when he's the person who brought up the idea of her being poisoned in the first place, stopping the vote?
Yeah.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
He wouldn't have brought it up unless he was sure he could.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
Yeah, I was surprised that Toko and Yasuhiro went straight to their rooms, but I guess they did because they each had wanged her on the head and thought they killed her.
Yeah.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals.
And Sakura was extremely happy about this place because...
And that's where I found this.
Okay, C9 was the one that was in shelf A, meaning it was the one that was out of place.
Right.
A2 is what protein Zyme X is.
And C4 was the broken bottle on the floor.
Right. And so C9 was presumably in the shelf in place of A2. But that still strikes me as a setup or an obvious oversight.
Right.
Either that or somebody was really in a hurry and hoped nobody would look, which would be stupid. 4D chess, I don't know.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Shelf A.
But there's no way she'd drink the whole thing, because there's no way it would taste like Protein Zyme X.
Well, maybe
whatever.
Maybe Protein Zyme X is completely tasteless.
Fair enough.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
I'm going crazy! Is it Byakuya? Is it Asahina by accident?
Right?
Or not by accident? I mean, I'm
Why?
still... I don't know. I have no opinion other than a hunch or a speculation.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Wrath, that is every word! Oh, Master, talk to me more. Tell me more about poisons, lethal...
Punch yourself in the face.
Tell me more about Section C.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us, he got that from Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Yes, that's what's strange about it.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Either someone was in a hurry or this too is a setup.
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the, now that we're looking at it, obscenely small bottle. We never would have thought it would have been a chemical bottle.
Right?
If
It looked much larger in the shelf.
Right? This is one of those details that with a different presentation we would have understood. Anyway, put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever and had clearly already tried this.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
It's okay, he spent years building up an iocane resistance.
No, that may have been something from the Princess Bride.
You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder!
Oh.
It'll
That's what she means.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
Except it was
Flavor
protein
certainly
powder.
Makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
The ingredients, presumably.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Protein? Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Boy, how would we have ever known that the bottles were that size?
Right? They don't look that size.
The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Where indeed?
And remember, something that we hadn't discussed since the very beginning of the trial was the Protein Zyme X bottle.
That was dropped on top of the glass?
Yeah.
That was one of the sticking points.
Yeah, that was one of the sticking points that we could never come up with a way to reconcile.
Because it would have had to have been dropped after the fact. After they broke in.
Or otherwise it wouldn't have been on top of the glass.
Right.
And Kyoko was like, you should pay attention to this. This is going to be important. I mean, again, why'd she say that? Why did she say it that way? This is going to be important. It's not like she had already knew about the other stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It just makes you think that, I mean, it's either just like a trope of the writing,
right?
Which is fine,
right?
But it can be misleading when you're trying to like deal with suspicious accounts.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's like proof that there's some funny shenanigans going on.
Yeah,
going on with her, which I'm sure is probably true. But in any case, this is why it seems like it'd be a setup because you have you have the poison clearly in shelf A,
Uh-huh.
and then you clearly drop the bottle of Protein Zyme X just to make sure everybody knows. And then it's like, oh, Sakura liked protein. She was poisoned.
Oh, no.
But like, if they wanted to get away with it,
Yeah.
all they would have had to do is not drop the bottle of Protein Zyme X. That would have made it harder.
Yeah,
Why was the bottle of Protein Zyme X planted?
Right.
Anyway, moving back several steps to where we are, the bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in my God!
I can't believe we're doing another Hangman's Gambit.
Oh, what do they want?
Protein bottle.
Protein drink. Okay, got it. Okay, Billy, you call out the letter I need.
P. R. T.
T T T ta ta too. Hey, I saw you dodge
E.
that. E.
Yeah.
E.
N.
No, not N. I'm so pathetic. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
R.
It was too dangerous. I got scared. I was nervous.
I.
I.
N.
Again with N.
K.
Okay.
You have too much fun with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to be punished for that.
Now I understand.
Look, we need to recover as much health as possible.
No, we're actually doing fine.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Right.
That's correct.
And we still believe this is the case, but why was the protein bottle planted, or was that an accident?
Yeah.
If it was an accident, it sure was a convenient accident, huh? Pretty fortuitous.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
There's just still other problems here.
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
But there's only one person she would accept something from without suspicion.
And besides, there's no way somebody could have shown up ahead of time, like ahead of Toko.
Right?
Because Yasuhiro was already watching and already found Toko showing up early before Sakura did.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody couldn't have shown up before then and like hid in the Monokuma vent space. Like the way
under the pool table.
Yeah, like the way that Monokuma moves from place to place. Or maybe it's like, I am a two-dimensional figure. That's not an art style. This is the inescapable reality of this world. And they just like turn sideways so nobody can see them in the room. Okay,
And then they locked the door and slipped out underneath it.
yeah, they just like a paper, you know. We still haven't addressed the locked room part, but we'll get to that. Doesn't this look like Byakuya is just trying to nail Asahina with it? Because it couldn't have been Toko and it couldn't have been Yasuhiro. So he is going to use that and say, like, every single time Asahina has been like, it was you, let's vote. That's true. Kiyotaka was also on the let's vote train.
That's true.
So it's like you could count on her behavior to make your own, like, it's just so easy to pin it on her. That's what I think is happening. Doesn't mean we're right.
Right.
Something at the scene. It was the protein drink. I've been blathered for so long I forgot what's going on, okay?
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying
Yeah.
that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
Huh.
I said that.
You did say that.
Now, I don't know if that's not actually true, but I did present that as something that could happen because it was probably, I guess it was in our discussion.
Yeah.
The, oh God, I've been beat on the head. Let me go drink protein. So she goes up to the chem lab. And
it just seems strange that she would go there and then go back to the rec room and not like to the nurse's office or get help. That's
Oh yeah,
that's
no,
the thing, yeah.
And in fact, when I even at the beginning of the trial, we said that we had a couple ideas that would work, except for a certain pieces of evidence. And this was one that we couldn't explain the Proteinzyme X candidate.
Right.
So.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
So Toko didn't hand it to her.
Correct. Yasuhiro didn't.
Well, Byakuya is about to he's going to accuse somebody.
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
He's going to blame Aoi, of course.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The footprints, obviously.
The footprints, and they're of a certain size, and it could only have been Toko or Asahina.
Yeah.
Unless Sakura has really small feet somehow. The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be...
Chem lab shelf.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
What were you doing in the chem lab this morning?
I was about to say that myself. That's a good question. Why, a great reason for him to visit the chem lab in that morning would be to make sure he could say this.
That's true.
Byakuya really is leading this.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
And he made sure to walk Makoto.
Yeah.
The trial winner, through all of these steps, had Makoto draw this out.
Yeah.
Doing it with his own hands, his own physicality, his own body, so he knew. And see these footprints, it's like he's putting this in his mind.
Yeah.
And if not, then I'm really surprised.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Again, it's consistent with the way that Byakuya has always acted in the trials.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Regardless of this, whether it's talking about plants or not, whether it is a plant or not, Asahina, or I guess Toko, still walked in this stuff and has lied about it up to this point.
That's true.
And, I mean, I want to believe it's a plant, that he's setting everything up, but if we can't justify what's happened in that room, then we have to suspect whoever the prints are, which again, based on the size, have to be Toko or Asahina.
Sakura might have small feet, like you said. There is stuff on her shoes, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see.
I guess it could be Kyoko.
Maybe?
It was me.
Right. And she had lied about it this whole time.
The footprints. They're mine.
She did get... Well, she's about to explain it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already laid through what we think this part's about.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway...
You should have said this. You should have brought this up at the beginning yourself.
I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Wait.
It still could be her accidentally, but...
When she ran to grab everyone, she probably grabbed the bottle on the way, thinking that could help Sakura.
That makes perfect sense because...
And then she dropped it in shock.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's totally plausible.
Because in the scene where she's in the doorway, we can't see one of her hands because it's sticking outside the doorway.
Yeah. Well, okay, the scene with her in the doorway, I'm not actually sure that's true. We couldn't see the floor. We did look at that. But that was before she left.
That's true. Yeah, she ran to grab everyone.
Okay, no, you might be right that she ran to the lab to pick up the protein just for her at that point. Mm-hmm. It's plausible anyway.
Yeah.
But how does that fit with everything else?
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Oh my god.
What?
She
The
thinks...
footprints were made
Yeah,
by hairs.
She thinks she killed Sakura because she went to get the protein zyme. Oh my god! Which means it has to be Byakuya!
Well, so 5 freaking people are involved in this murder.
This is so ridiculous!
I know Makoto didn't have anything to do with it. Makoto doesn't think he killed Sakura because Makoto... We play Makoto. We've seen where he's been. I'm positive that it wasn't Makoto. So now we've got to get Kyoko involved in this. And then everyone here. And then you know what's going to happen? Is that Byakuya is going to be like, oh yeah, I was totally trying to set all this up. But somebody beat me to the punch, and all I could do was roll with it. Okay, and then Kyoko was like, mwahaha, secrets. And anyway, I didn't do it though, but I thought I did. I accidentally tripped, and like the laser pistol I keep like fired into her eyes or some crap. Okay, and then Monokuma is going to be like, I'm the one who did it. That's what's going to happen.
They're all red herrings! Everything we got hung up on is a red herring!
No wonder we couldn't figure anything out because...
Oh god.
No wonder we couldn't figure anything out because all of it was BS! There's more to it though.
There is... I feel faint.
Well, now that we've had fun with all of that,
Yeah.
there's one more problem.
Oh god, what now?
If Asahina thinks that she killed Sakura, that means she just was trying to get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Unless she didn't think she did until just then when it was revealed the poison was there.
That is also possible. And I mean, even looking at that, her behavior lines up with it. I mean, it's why it's why I kept saying it's not that I have no suspicion.
Yeah.
But just like how I said this is consistent with Byakuya's behavior if he's setting something up, this is consistent with Asahina's behavior because she's always in the Vote Now club.
Yeah.
And she already accused other people. It's like she's trying to pin it on other people.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so at the beginning, she already had this in mind and thought she did and was willing...
Willing to kill everyone if that's the case.
Yeah.
And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Oh, you know, we were just thinking about the size of the footprint,
We
not
couldn't
the...
really see like the tread design or something in the footprints.
Oh, I don't think Byakuya said anything about sneakers, though I could be wrong about that. No, the only people who wear sneakers are... Wait.
Makoto and Hina, but
Does
he already checked
Makoto
here.
wear sneakers?
I guess. We've never seen his feet, really.
I mean, this has to be the answer because, you know...
Yeah.
God! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Yeah, and it's already proven it's not him.
Yeah. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours?
No!
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
But that's normal.
That's more or less normal. At least, even if somebody else brings it up, she generally just bandwagons it.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
Planting it or not, this is also extremely consistent with the way that he thinks.
Yeah.
Now, this is too soon. It can't be Asahina.
Oh, of course.
We haven't dealt with everything yet.
Right.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
That's why it works if it's a setup.
Hina used that trust to kill her.
And she had been cracking.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us.
She definitely tried to deceive all of us.
That's true.
I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
You can't say that!
Right? Mister, if I had a machine gun?
Hina, is it true?
She thinks it's true.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
She went to get protein because it's good for her, for everything.
Yeah.
It's your healing potion.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
So that's it?
What?
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right?
You really did that?
That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once.
What?
We just didn't even want to think about it. You really did that?
And then
But we haven't gone through all the evidence yet.
Holding.
Okay.
I'm not convinced.
Okay. Woo! We still need to cross-examine everything.
This is the best way to do a setup. I mean, something that we've been harping on is, of course, Byakuya would think that. Of course, Byakuya would think that because that's like the way that he views other people.
Right.
He counted on it. If he counted on somebody doing this, well, I mean, for one, it turned out that she would do it. And then
My God, then that means that every person who thought they killed Sakura were willing to kill Sakura and then get everyone else killed.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know, and that's awful. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the mechanics right now.
Okay, yeah.
This makes it that much more of a plant. Or, I mean, that much more of an effective setup. How do you argue with this?
Right! Because the poison bottle was already in Cabinet A. She didn't go to Cabinet C and get it.
Well, I mean, it's probably gonna... It's like we have to deal with that physical evidence in the chem lab, which we haven't dealt with.
Right.
I mean, that may be right. If that is right,
then that means that was a plant.
See, the thing... And Byakuya, like, everything else we said about it being a plant or a setup, like, rings true. Like, still.
Right.
And what better way than to get her in this awful situation, in this awful place, to get her to confess? You're the one, like, Byakuya is the one who brought it up.
Yeah.
Like he counted on her thinking of this right then to do it, so he could actually have gotten the credit for it.
That is some effed up psychological manipulation.
He said he's not going to kill anybody unless he can get away with it. And so you get this type of heartfelt confession.
Yeah.
The other stuff he didn't have anything to do with, I suppose, but that
Probably
just makes
not.
it all the creepier, or I mean, all the easier, crazier. That's the word I was looking for.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
We'll process that later.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
Yeah.
And I'm applying that to you and Monokuma, you asswipes!
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Reality makes that demonstrably untrue.
Right.
I'm sorry your life has been so miserable.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
And isn't it nice at the end you get to make your big old speech, like
Grandstand.
like grandstanding about like your own nihilism? And she believes it. And she believes
You
it.
say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
How many times do you?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Yeah!
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
And why?
Well,
Right, exactly.
guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
It'd be nice, yes. She doesn't know. She has no idea. She never got the drink to Sakura. Remember, that's why it was outside, and that's why it was dropped on the inside.
The thing was definitely dropped, yeah. But then what is it that's held above her head that's making her do this?
Maybe because she's cracking, she's just going along with the psychological manipulation. I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
That's the evidence that makes her not believe it, is that the bottle was on top of the glass.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
What's wrong, Byakuya boy?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Maybe the locked room came from Sakura. If there's no dang hidden passage...
Hey, you're right!
Then Sakura could have just locked the door herself.
Yeah! We hadn't even thought of that!
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
This is exactly what I was saying before.
Yeah!
It's too obvious. Too easy.
And there's several of these.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
So what's going on your end then, Hina?
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the heck is happening? Has she become the spy?
No. I think... Okay. What if... And this kind of goes against what we were saying. Okay. What if she did kill Sakura, but she wanted it to be obvious she did? But she didn't have the guts to actually admit it? I know that.
No, I don't buy that.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
This is not rational.
Yeah.
Her acting like this, she knows that she is going to be... If she did, and she's just like, no, it's totally me though, no, it's totally me though, no, it's totally me, no, it's totally me, no, it's totally me, that only benefits the real killer.
Yeah.
So why is she benefiting the real killer? Why is she doing that? Remember what the spy was supposed to do. The spy was supposed to start off the murders.
Yeah.
And you know, we had speculated that perhaps the spy would be immune to the execution.
True.
That's nothing but speculation.
Right.
Literally nothing to back that up. But like that could make this make sense. And if not, what the hell is going on?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
She can't! Because she didn't do it. I mean, like you said...
Maybe Sakura did kill herself and she told Hina to go grab that stuff so she could lock the door.
Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
Yes, please. I'm very interested to hear this.
How come? That doesn't matter.
It does!
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
We have to get to the truth. If we're wrong, all of us die.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
He's looking a little sweaty, isn't he?
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
I mean, the fact, like we had said from the beginning, it's not that Hina had not that we had no suspicion of her at all. We kept saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, among other reasons, for the last several chapters, she's been just cracking all over.
Mm-hmm.
And events have been extremely unkind to her.
Yeah.
And so after that, it is pretty plausible that she could have done something, but...
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
Ha! Yeah, just like I thought. The accidental idea.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
That was a little bitty bottle that Byakuya had, wasn't it?
Yeah?
That was not a tiny little bottle like that on the ground that had...
It was a big old bottle, like a liter maybe. Maybe no less than a liter.
Between 1 and 2 liters, yeah. I would guess something like that. It doesn't matter. But there was a lot of powder all over the ground. We even spent some time talking about how weird the splash pattern was. I mean, if it's somebody, if he hasn't become the spy, like the new spy.
Well, that's assuming Monokuma would even do something like that.
Oh, that's true, and that's a huge assumption. But it could be like, okay, well, please don't hurt Sakura, Monokuma. I'll be the spy, or something like that.
Maybe.
But I mean, I kind of doubt that. But
yeah.
If not that, then she knows she's lying. So somebody is holding something over her head, something that's worth killing everyone for.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That is not
That is not it at all!
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
I see. However, there's just one little problem. Nobody went to Section C, according to the footprints.
But if she pulled out the bottle and then dropped it, she would have had to get another bottle and would have left footprints. Okay, I see ya.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
And we still haven't explained the dang powder on Sakura's foot! Every single freaking time we were trying to come up with an explanation.
And then Sakura thought she killed herself and she confessed. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that is very plausible. I believe that's the case. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
So I can cross-analyze it.
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
He was even kind of snickering as he said it.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
When we find the truth!
There is value in the truth.
Yes!
How long? Until we figure it out! Until I uncover the full truth of this case!
God, the closing statement's gonna be huge!
Arg!
Footprints in the powder has to be it, especially what we're talking about.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. I mean, I just looked at it just for this, so, okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
Right there,
to
right?
A. And
Because that's not true.
Yeah.
Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section
Okay,
that is true.
Yes.
Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab.
All of those things are true.
That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
You shut your face.
Right. So...
I'm suspicious of how clear this one is.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle,
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section
Like there's not even any white noise.
That happens sometimes, which I do appreciate it.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
Well, the problem is the physical evidence. You know, the evidence that we've constantly been saying we gotta go all the way through.
After that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Yes.
Why'd this bottle get dropped?
Well, if Byakuya trying to create this fake evidence to plant Asahina, then he would have dropped it earlier when he was in the chem lab.
Well, then he would have just made a mistake.
Not if he was counting on Asahina being in a hurry.
Well, Asahina's talking about Section C. But she never went to Section C.
That's correct.
And then why would Byakuya be the person to harp on this to Makoto about and leading him along to see, look at these footprints? That is Byakuya's conclusion. This works against Byakuya's case that he is making.
We're just so determined for it to be Byakuya.
I mean, it works against what Aoi is saying, obviously.
Maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Yeah, that's true.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Huh?
Well...
You lied to us.
That was
Plain
strange.
and simple.
That was really weird.
That was really strange, wasn't it? Was Byakuya ordering Asahina around?
That's what I was been saying about what's being held above her head. Well, this is all part of Kyoko's plot, see?
Yeah.
No, I was making a joke.
I know.
No.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
She didn't go with the plan.
Then why would Byakuya call her out like that?
Came in, and you went straight to section.
Yeah, because he went up there later, so he would have noticed that she didn't go to the plan.
And he told it directly to Makoto repeatedly.
So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
Well, you see...
A lot of spinning in this episode. Or trial.
Yeah.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Why are you freaking out?
The only problem with her account.
Maybe you're right. Maybe she really did just not go along with what the plan was. I don't know how he got her to do that. Like, he didn't notice? Or that's fake.
Maybe her testimony was goofed up.
Or Byakuya's...
Or maybe because he's wrong.
I mean, he's been wrong before, but it's like, this isn't, like, Byakuya is starting to shatter on this. He's either putting on an act, or he broke on the inside.
Yeah.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new
Excellent!
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Dude, you're digging your own grave now.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
The Monokuma figure!
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
Well.
I found this.
Oh.
A piece of
It
glass.
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Woo! He almost ingested glass. That'd have been awful for him.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize?
From the window?
Then,
Yeah, because that wasn't from the bottles. Because the color is wrong.
Yeah.
Makoto, why don't you explain?
Wait!
Huh? Me?
He's just caught completely flat-footed.
No dex bonus for you. That was a D&D joke.
You know, something that Celeste had said a lot that is absolutely 100% true is you have to be adaptable. Like, my God! Sometimes you're wrong. How many times have we been wrong?
I don't want to think about that.
That's your problem. There's nothing wrong with admitting it.
I know.
It's not like it's made us just completely lose confidence in ourselves.
Oh, no, of course not.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
It has to be from the window.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison is from the window.
I got it!
There's no other thing it could be.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
Right.
Now, as for what that means...
The window?
How could it have...
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question.
Like, I mean, how would it have gotten in there?
Yeah!
How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is
Jill?
according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been
In Cabinet A.
when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, it was in Section A of the shelf.
I got
Yeah!
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said.
So that must have happened after Sakura was killed. Switching the stuff around.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
It would have been before the discovery.
It would have been after he smashed the window and they opened the door. So then she ran off, like I said, either before or after she grabbed everyone to do that. But why? Yeah, that's the thing. Why?
Also, something that we had been really concerned about, I'm pretty sure we said it a bunch at the time, the body discovery announcement, which there's some mechanics we don't understand, but the body discovery announcement, like, 2 people were in the room?
Yeah.
Because
Toko
Asahina
and
was not in the room. She was in the doorway. She was still outside.
True, but Toko and though she wasn't dead yet. Ah, that's right. She was just knocked her. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Well, I mean, that timing for the body discovery announcement, it just makes it seem like somebody had been there after her death. Because one person was already there, then 2 people showed up.
Right.
Because it takes 3.
Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
So somebody in the confusion
grabbed it
and ran, and well, it would have had to have been Asahina who did it because she's the only person whose footprints.
Yeah.
But no, that's not right. Because Byakuya is freaking out about all this, and he was the one who was like, "Look at the footprints, Makoto."
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
I mean, the protein Zyme X was down there.
But it was on top of the glass.
Right.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
In its place.
Yeah.
That had to be after the locked room was opened.
Right.
In other words, after Sakura died.
That blasted can of protein Zyme X. The powder on Sakura's foot and that protein Zyme X can.
You're moving too fast.
But if the bottle of poison was brought in there, then that could explain how it got on Sakura's foot.
I guess so, yeah.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked.
Uh-huh.
But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Dude, cylinders roll.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside.
What?
Oh, we don't actually.
What the hell did you do to Asahina to make her just go along with this?
That can wasn't there when she died. How did she get poisoned?
The candy!
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
She has to establish this. Because again, cylinders roll.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded...
Yeah, actually.
It was on top of the glass, man.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
I didn't even know there was one.
Same here.
Yeah, me.
Now hold on a minute. Toko's the one that showed up. So Genocide Jill really doesn't know.
Okay then.
I'm just saying.
That settles it.
That's a good point. And what would have... I mean, I guess Byakuya could have lied, but it'd be a patently obvious lie at this point.
That proves that the protein can found
Right.
its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Because it's on top of the glass.
Come on, how can you say that?
How can you know what I don't know?
I think that's the root of the problem.
Losing is, or not being on top is really hard for you, isn't it? The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
Oh, I figured we just expose it.
Well, I mean, we will, but we have to do it like this. I mean, it has to be the empty protein drink.
That's correct.
How can it, and either that or it's a rememberer. Oh, and it's a 2-seconder too, or 2 minutes.
Shards of glass. Around and underneath.
Right.
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So
Right?
you're saying someone planted it there after we got the
That's
door
exactly
open?
it.
No, that's impossible.
You, what? I can't,
It had to have been in there the whole time.
I can't believe he's breaking that much.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
One with 8 billion freaking white noise in front of it.
Alright, here we go. When we pull this off, we'll have max influence.
Excellent.
Until Lee was
I love all
not
the different
So
ways the
you're
words
saying-
show up.
Yeah, me too. It's really a good idea.
No, that's impossible.
It really distinguishes it from
It had
other
to have
games
been
like
in there
this.
the whole time.
Alright, man. Let's rock.
It had to be.
It was in there before.
BAM!
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
You just really made a mistake with this one.
We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Yep.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
Are you about to say, well, I did, but... I mean, come on!
Right?
Well, then you'd be like, well, how are you gonna prove me wrong?
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
It was, in fact, a loaded question.
Yep.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
That's why Byakuya demanded to be allowed inside.
So he could get this thing
Nab the poison, and then where do we run into him?
in the chem lab, where he's got this complicated set of instructions. But I'm still extremely concerned about this.
that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
That's what you said.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
Okay, so she locked the room and drank the poison.
So no one could help her.
So I guess like it was like you said that so that it would be obvious that she did it.
Oh, yeah.
And so Byakuya, in trying to get this, well, now hold on. He can't take credit for this.
So he must not have done it. He was just...
She drank it knowing what it
He was just so sure, and once again getting shaken up and constantly proven wrong in these trials is wearing on him.
Well, he's not constantly
Well-
proven wrong. Normally he's right. He's one of the people working it out and generally has like some big thing that he leads along in, but yeah.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Maybe he thought he killed her! Are you serious?
Then tell us already. Sorry.
Huh.
Please, tell us.
Well,
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
okay, so...
We've got 4 people who all thought they killed Sakura! I shouldn't be laughing, but that's just so freaking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Now we've moved through several other potential killers and moved through quite a bit of the evidence. Now we've got to figure out who it actually was. Though, I mean, again, if we just accept this at face value, then it's Sakura, which would make it, yet another person.
Yeah.
Well,
it would mean we'd have 6 people after this trial.
If it was suicide, then we have to move through the rest of the evidence and prove that it's suicide, okay? Mm-hmm. But if it's not a suicide, because at the moment it looks like it's a suicide,
right.
So that should be the end, right? So what else? Why do we need to go through all the evidence, right? Okay,
right.
So if it is a suicide, then that means that's one other person who, or if it isn't a suicide, but that's being considered, that's one other person who, quote, thought they killed Sakura herself.
I was just joking when I said that.
Well, look, we have to get Kyoko involved in this somehow into thinking she killed Sakura.
And then Makoto.
And then, that one's too obvious that it's not Makoto.
I know, but he still has to think he killed her.
I don't think it would be plausible. Anyway, so wait till next time when we prove that Makoto is the killer.